SQLMap. Task number 2, SQL injection vulnerability. This task is part of the SQLMap, the basics room inside the Cybersecurity 101 module. In the previous task, we studied how websites and applications interact with the DB to store, modify, and retrieve data in a structured manner. In this task, we will see how an interact between an application and a database happens through SQL queries. All right, so I presume, yeah, just the basics one. All right, so here we have credentials for a user, a login page. Once your password will be received, make a SQL query with the credential and send it to the database. All right, so we have a website where there is a login page. It will ask for a username and a password. After we provide that, behind the scenes, the application will do the following query. Select everything from users where username is John and the password is this one. Obviously, absolutely incredibly vulnerable and security not security friendly, but for just to understand the concept. This query will be executed in the database. As per this query, the database will check for the username John and the password that the user has set. If it finds such a user, it will return the user's details to the application. Yeah, usually just bringing you to a dashboard or your homepage. Know that the above query will be successful only if the given user and password both have a match together in the database, because we have the AND operator. Sometimes when input is improperly sanitized, meaning that user input is not validated, like here, it's just strictly validated, but it's not properly sanitized, attackers can manipulate the input and write SQL queries that would get executed in the database and perform the attacker's desired actions. SQL injection has a very harmful effect in this digital world, as all organizations store their data, including their critical information, inside a database. Such a successful SQL injection attack can compromise their critical data. Any kind of application has data. Your name is data, your email is data. Why do you think that for email notifications, right, just everyone on YouTube asks for your email address to send you a free PDF or a free, I don't know, style sheet, just budget sheet, right? Everything needs your data because it will use your data. Because data is money. Let's assume the website login page we discussed above lacks input validation and sanitization. This means that it is vulnerable to SQL injection. The attacker does not know the password of the user John. They will type the following input in the given field. Yeah, so basically same user, but we don't know its password. We just know the user. Here is password ABC. Basically, this is the entire query that will bypass its password. You don't have to know it. Here we see the condition OR. Here we see the condition AND. You know by now that when we use the AND operator in a SQL query or in a programming language, we are forced to give both arguments needs to be valid. And here inside the password that we don't know, we provide the OR operator, and then here, which is always true, 1 equals 1, and then we comment after that because we don't care, because we already have the true condition and we don't need a password in this case. This statement looks similar to the previous SQL query, but now adds another condition with the operator OR. This query will see if there is a user John. Then it will check if John has the password ABC, which we could not have because the attackers entered the random password. Ideally, the query should fail here because it expects both username and password to be correct because we have the AND operator. As there is an AND operator between them, but this query has another condition, the OR, between the password and the statement, which here we have the password and then we have the OR statement. Any one of them being true will make the whole SQL query successful. Yeah, even if we know the password and we put it here and we provide this part, is basically redundant because we know the password. But even if the password is true, then the query will be executed, will not go here. But this password being false, because we see it here, it will execute the following, which will be true. And because here we don't have any kind of sanitization, this will execute. The password failed, so the query will check the next condition, which checks if 1 equals with 1. As we know, 1 equals 1 is always true. So it will ignore the random password enter before this and consider this statement as true, which will successfully execute this query. The 3 hyphens at the end of the query would comment anything after the statement, right? This is just SQL syntax, depending on what DB we have behind, but is comment everything after the statement. In our case, 1 equals 1, which means the query would be successfully executed and the attacker would get logged into John's user account. One of the important things to note here is the use of a single quote, as you can see over here. After ABC, without this single quote, the whole string would be considered the password. So if you don't put this one, in order to close this one, everything will be considered. Instead of using this password, the code will see that you provided this password, which is obviously not true. However, if we add a single quote after ABC, the password will look like ABC, and instead of ABC obviously is inputted here, instead of the correct password is ABC, and we close the statement, right? And then we provide further in the entire SQL query our condition, which will provide the user John account, which encloses the original string ABC in the query and allows us to introduce a logical condition or 1 equals 1, which is always true. Answer the questions below. Which Boolean operator checks if at least one side of the operator is true for the condition to be true? Exactly what we've seen. It's the OR operator. This one is not true, or give me this one. If this one is true, then this will execute. Is 1 equal 1 in SQL query always true? Yes, always.